In year 17, LeBron accomplished something new for the first time. He led the league in assists with 10.2 assists per game. It was also the first time that LeBron ever averaged double digits in assists. So, Shannon, are you surprised he did this in year 17?
No, I'm not, and I think I predicted this. I said he would get to double digit in assists, Skip, because he was going to be primarily playing the point guard, not the point forward. And I don't know how they're going to list him on the All-NBA ballot, but Skip, I'm not surprised by this. I think what he's doing is that he's showing you what's possible later in your career if you take care of yourself, if you eat properly, you train properly, and you still love the game of basketball. He's still playing at an extremely high level. So to be able to do this, if I'm not mistaken, I think Steve Nash led the league in assists in year 15. But for LeBron to be playing at the level that he's playing at, averaging 25 points, over 10 assists a game, almost 8 rebounds a game, and got the #1 seed. He's going to be first or second in the MVP voting. He's going to be unanimous All-NBA first team for the 13th time, which will break his record of 12, which he already holds, which I think is going to be there for a minute. Yeah, you're going to be there for a minute, Skip. So, look, and I'm going to be shocked if he doesn't average double-digit assists again next year. I am not surprised, Skip, because I know how much effort this man puts into his game. I know how much the game of basketball means to him. And this is what is possible. Just like Tom Brady, when you take care of yourself, when you eat like you're supposed to eat, and you still love the game, Skip. That's what it comes down to. He's not cheating the game. You can't cheat the game. Cheat the game, game cheats you. So he's putting it all in, and he's being rewarded for it. But am I surprised he led the league in assists? No. Am I surprised he got the double digits? No. It just goes to show you what's possible when you take care of yourself, you still love the game, and you play at a high level.
So I'm going to use a quote from LeBron to react to this, and that quote was uttered one night back in 2012 when he finally broke through against the Baby Thunder and won a championship. And live on national TV, he stood up and said, "It's about damn time." Do you remember that?
I do remember.
He finally won a championship. And to me, it's about damn time that he won an assist title, because I have said consistently, you can check the tape, since I started on national TV, which ironically was concurrent with his starting in the NBA. Those are the years I've been on television. I have said from the start, he's the best passer in basketball. I've said that 1,000 times to you from across this desk, because he is, and he still is. And I have always been shocked that he didn't lead the league in assists 3, 4, 5, 6 times. I don't know. If he'd led every year, it wouldn't have shocked me. And yet, the only other time he came close was in 2018. He was second to Russell Westbrook.
Right.
But other than that, this one this year and that one are his only 2 top 3 finishes in assists.
Right.
I don't get it, because he's so great at it that it seems like they would just come by just routine, where he's just so good that they would just pile up through a game.
Well, you have to understand, though, Skip, he's passing to shooters. Now, if he had AD, you're passing down low to big man. That's why Magic, that's why John Stockton, that's why some of the point guards, you're able to lead in assists, because you're dumping it down to a big guy. So when you're dumping the ball to shooters, that's not they shooting threes. LeBron surrounded himself with shooters.
Magic and Stockton got a lot of their assists on break.
Yeah.
And especially Stockton Malone just terrorizing people.
Nobody's going to beat that combination.
But they're not going to stop Carl when he got up ahead of steam. No. But LeBron is about as big as Carl. I think they're about the same size, right? About 6'9".
Yes.
Maybe Carl's put together a little more. Maybe he's got a little.
I think Carl might have been. Not much, though, Skip.
It's pretty close.
Yeah, it is.
But when he got untracked, man, nobody wanted to get in his way.
Right.
Well, LeBron's teams don't run the break.
Correct.
And when they do, the finisher is usually LeBron, your guy.
Exactly.
Okay, so he can't assist himself,
right.
But he just usually, if he gets a step on people, he is going to take it home and slam it, because you can't stop him either.
Right.
But he can handle in ways. Carl needed somebody to set him up.
Yeah, yes.
All right. So the point is that from the start, I kept waiting for him to just take over the assist total, like for years on end, and he hasn't, because he did balance it off with trying to score. But we've talked about Jordan versus LeBron. You say LeBron's better, And look at what Jordan could do. Like there was a year in 1989, Michael Jordan averaged 8 assists that year. That's just extraordinary.
Right.
And he won the scoring title.
Right.
How do you do that?
Right.
That's GOAT to me. That's where you can do two things at a very high level. Michael averaged for his career 5.3, it's 5.4 in Chicago. So he could just get it with his left hand. He could get 5 assists a game, which is still, by most people's standards, high.
Skip, but that's not an easy thing to do. Tiny Archibald, I remember one year he led the league in scoring with 30 and had double-digit assists. I think Russell Westbrook had maybe averaged 30 and had double-digit assists. It's not easy to get that many points because Jordan has a career 30-point average, and to dole out that many assists, because normally to score that many points, you're taking a lot of shots and you don't get assists on shots that you take. So for LeBron to be able to do what he does, and he's also was responsible for rebounding. If you look at LeBron, he's averaging a little over 7 rebounds a game. I think a little over 7 assists a game. But LeBron has been 8 assists high total for a number of years.
I think he should have been the point guard from the start. They've always been better. Cleveland was better when Kyrie went down in the overtime of game 1 and Kevin Love was already out. That I told you, that stretch of those next 2 to 3 games, that I've never seen him play better than that, but he just took the ball. He just said, I'm going to dribble up the court and I'm going to initiate.
Yeah, Skip, he had to take the air out of the ball, so to speak, the football term, because he knew he couldn't get into a running match with Golden State. But I think the thing is, Skip, is that LeBron really would like to play off the ball if it's somebody that he can trust to handle the ball. And I think that was the biggest thing. He had a couple of years of D. Wade, and he had a couple of years of Kyrie. But other than that, who could he really trust to handle the ball and to do what he was going to be able to do?
But the problem was he wanted to be Jordan. And
no, he didn't want to be Jordan.
Well, yes, he did.
No, he didn't want to be Jordan.
He co-opted 23. The powder.
Oh, man, stop it.
Well, he did. He just took it over. He borrowed.
So who did Brady want to be? So who did he co-opt 12 from?
I don't know. Nobody.
Yeah, a lot of people had 12 before he had it.
Okay, so what?
Okay, then, so what?
It was clear that he wanted. He said, I got next. I'm the next Mike. Here I come. Right?
No, he didn't say that.
So he said, I got to play shooting guard, so I don't want to dribble the ball up the floor. And I think it hurt his teams because he's best at initiating.
Skip, Kobe was more like Mike than anybody because they played the same position, they were about the same height, and they had a lot of the same intangibles, a lot of the same mentality. LeBron was always more Magic Johnson.
Okay, but Magic was always the point guard.
Right, but Magic couldn't score the ball on a consistent basis like LeBron could. Now, could he go? We saw what he did. We saw what he did as a true rookie.
He just didn't try to.
Right, we saw what he did. Plus, Skip, he had Kareem and he had James Worthy. People just disregard James Worthy. James Worthy was a very good player. And so you get James Worthy filling the lane. You get Coop filling the lane. You get Byron Scott filling the lane. And when you Robert really needed to meet the role, you could dump the ball to Kareem, who had the most unstoppable shot ever created, the sky hook. So Magic was always going to be at on the top or near the top as far as assists.
Okay.
But
finally did it.
Ain't no finally.
And it was time.
And we're going to do it again next year, year 18.
You're going to play again next
We're going to do it again. We're going to play the 20.
This is the last hurrah.
No.
Okay.
We're going to get that record, Kareem.
Really?
We're going to have 30-30. We're going to have 40-30. 40,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, 10,000 assists.
Really?
Yeah. 40-10-10.
It's interesting you guys bring up next year because that's actually the direction I want to go next. Did the Nets bubble play prove they will be the team to beat in the East with the return of KD and Kyrie? We'll talk about them next.